They tried to fine me for building a treehouse. Now I'm booked solid through next summer, and the HOA president's grandkids are on my wait list. My name is Derek, and I live in a quiet, upscale suburban neighborhood in Colorado. I bought this house 4 years ago after moving out of the city to raise my twin boys somewhere peaceful. My backyard is huge. Big old maple trees, perfect for barbecues, soccer games, and one big childhood dream, building a treehouse. It started as a bonding project with my kids. We built it together one summer. It wasn't just a play fort. It had a little loft, solar-powered lights, even a ladder you could pull up with a rope. My kids loved it. Their friends loved it. We even held my boy's birthday party up there. But 2 weeks after the party, I got the letter. Notice of HO violation, unauthorized structure, followed by a $500 fine. Apparently, some neighbor had complained that the treehouse was unsightly and a potential liability. The complaint came straight from Carol Greaves, our HOA president, a woman who never missed a chance to patrol the neighborhood with her clipboard and sour smile. I called the HOA office to explain it was just a play structure. No response. I submitted photos. No response. I offered to add fencing or signs. Still, no response. Then they escalated. They issued a second violation notice and threatened a lien on my property if I didn't take it down within 14 days. But here's the kicker. The HOA's own guidelines didn't mention tree houses. At all. Not once. I checked every line, even the outdated appendix. I emailed Carol directly with that fact. Her reply? If it's not explicitly allowed, then it's implicitly forbidden. Seriously? That's when I decided, if they were going to treat it like a business issue, I'd turn it into one. I listed the treehouse on Airbnb. Of course, I added some upgrades first. Installed a tiny composting toilet, weatherproofed the walls, added a queen-sized foam mattress, and mini fridge. The listing went up as rustic urban escape, cozy treehouse, stay with mountain views. The price? $110 a night. By the end of the first week, I had 20 nights booked. Weekend retreats, writers needing solitude, young couples wanting a off-grid getaway. Turns out people love quirky stays. When Carol found out, she completely lost it. She stormed onto my property during a guest stay, snapping photos, threatening them with fines, and shouting that this was residential property, not a resort. My guest left me a glowing 5-star review and called the cops on her for trespassing. It didn't stop there. Carol called an emergency HOA board meeting. She proposed a rule banning any structures not directly attached to the house. But she didn't count on one thing. The rest of the neighborhood was actually kind of on my side. Turns out Carol had ticked off a lot of people. Beth and Roger, who lived 2 doors down, had gotten fined for leaving their garage door open too long. The Gonzalez family had been told their sunflowers violated uniform landscaping standards. My neighbor Louie fined $300 for having too many lawn ornaments, all of which were memorials to his late wife. At the meeting, I showed up with a binder of violations Carol had personally issued. Then I shared my financials. $6,540 earned in 2 months. Taxed and legal. No guest had caused problems. Not a single complaint, except Carol's. So, let me get this straight, I said, addressing the room. You want to penalize a father for building a treehouse with his kids, then creating a revenue stream in his own backyard, all because Carol thinks it's ugly? The room went quiet. Carol turned bright red. The vote on her proposed amendment failed, spectacularly, 8-1. But she wasn't done. A week later, I got a notice from the city zoning board. Carol had filed a complaint claiming I was violating residential zoning laws. I brought every document I had to the zoning office. Permits, blueprints, HOA bylaws, insurance, Airbnb safety verifications. The city official literally laughed. She thinks this is a hotel, he said. It's a treehouse in your yard. But the situation triggered something in me. If they wanted to play hardball, so could I. I hired a local real estate lawyer, filed a formal request to amend our HOA bylaws to clearly allow non-permanent recreational structures like tree houses, greenhouses, and garden sheds. Then I mailed out a newsletter to every house in the community titled, "Making Our Neighborhood a Place for Families Again." It caught on. People were sick of Carol's grip. At the next HOA election, she lost in a landslide to a retired teacher named Grace, who promised to bring back common sense and kindness to the community. Since then, the Airbnb has flourished. Families now come with kids for sleepovers in the sky. Artists use it as a writing retreat. One couple even got engaged there. Last week I hit a milestone, $20,000 earned in just under a year. And you know what the best part is? Carol came by last weekend. No clipboard in sight. She looked different, tired, maybe humbled. Her son and grandkids were visiting, and the grandkids saw the treehouse from the sidewalk. "Daddy, can we go up there?" they asked. Carol didn't say a word, but her son did. "I heard you do bookings through Airbnb," he said. "We'd love to surprise the kids with a night there." I smiled. "Sure," I said. "I'll check the schedule. There's a wait list now, but I might just make an exception." Carol never apologized, but watching her walk away, I realized I didn't need one. I'd already won. They tried to shame me for building a treehouse. I turned it into a symbol of freedom, creativity, and, yeah, a little revenge. Sometimes the best way to fight back is with a guest check-in. Subscribe to DD Stories.